Hello everyone!
Hello.
Welcome to our second ever developer stream for Overkill's The Walking Dead. My name's Almir Listo, I'm one of the producers here at Overkill, and with me I have my good friend and colleague Saul Gascon, the executive producer on Overkill's The Walking Dead. Hello Saul.
Hello Almir, how are you, man?
I'm good, dude. Thank you so much for asking. Listen, we have a really cool stream ahead of us. Today we're going to talk about a ton of stuff. We're going to talk about the meta game loop. We're going to talk about survivors, weapons, other stuff. I won't spoil all of it yet because we're going to bring you through it. But before we start, we just wanted to recap real quick, right? So we had a stream before this, and in that stream we talked about when we were at Gamescom. We showed some footage from there, what people thought when they got to play the game. They got to play a level called the Underpass mission. It's a pretty cool mission, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a cool mission, as we showed last time, right? It can get very challenging depending on how you manage the noise you're making, right?
Yeah, and it's a darker level as well, which means it's a different kind of gameplay. But I have something from that time that I just want to show you briefly. Do you mind?
Let's do it.
Yeah, cool. So
that is Dallas. Like he's like heisting our booth.
So this is a picture from Gamescom, and I just loved it so much, right? Because me and the rest of the developers that were on site, during those days, we just thought this was great. It just shows how much the payday community means to us, you know. And we always get excited when we see a heister try to be a survivor and see how they fare, in Overkill's The Walking Dead.
Yep.
So if you're a payday heister and you tuned in, we salute you. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to talk about Overkill's The Walking Dead and show more gameplay and footage from the game. So how about we talk about the meta game loop straight away. So tell me, Saul, I'm a gamer. I might not know what a meta game loop is. What is that?
It's a question that we get a lot, right? Like people go say, hey, what is the meta loop? What is the meta game? So in short, it's everything that you do outside of the action phase, right? So action phase, we showed it in the previous stream. You go in with your friends, you fight walkers, you fight humans, you try to get to your objective.
Yeah.
But what happens after? This is what we're going to explain today. So it's everything you do outside of shooting around and trying to hide from the threats.
Very cool. So how about it? Should we jump straight in and have a look?
Yeah, we prepared a small video to show you guys. It's a debug build, but I hope that you guys enjoy the footage, footage and the presentation on how it works.
Yeah, cool. So let's start. Let's have a look.
So as you guys seen before, this is Georgetown. It's one of the levels that we are exploring in the game wall, right? And then in any level, there is a chance that there is survivors hiding around the different locations in there. So if you find them, you need to first interact with them, as you'll see here, like tell them basically to follow you, right? And then all the team gets a sub-objective, which is extract that survivor from the map. And this is exactly what we're doing here. This is a very short sequence just to focus on, what we want to talk about, which is the survivors, right?
Yeah.
So you get a survivor to the van.
Yeah.
And then you get him for your camp, right?
So in any mission, you can find survivors. They're randomly spread across the level.
Exactly.
So every time I play, it's different. And then I move on. And so what happens when I finish a mission and I brought a survivor with me? What happens then?
So then what happens is that the survivor becomes part of your camp, right? So if you can see the footage there, we will show you up. So here,
we see ourselves.
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Here we are. So Ryan is the survivor that we just rescued.
Oh, okay.
These are other survivors that are inside our camp.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing at Ryan. And then we can assign them to do different things. One of them is work in the workstations. You have the range, depot, clinic, etc. And then, as you can see, for each of the wings, there is a specialization. So this survivor is better at medic, so we just assign him there.
All right.
Now we can try here in the range too, right? Like this is Ryder, this is another survivor, Ryan, the one we just rescue. So pop, he goes in there. This gives you bonus for the action phase, like extra life, faster revives, etc. Right? And this is also an important part of our meta loop. It's what we call the missions, the survivor missions, in which you can send your survivors out for loot. right? So there is hazards in some of these missions. They are more dangerous. So we are not going to do that now because our survivors are too low level. So we're going to take an easier one, and we are going to send Ryder. Yep, that one. There you go. So as you can see, because of her level, she has a 64% chance to succeed. So now what we just did is just send her to scavenge for us, right? This is an important part of let's say the whole metagame, because we need to send survivors, need to scavenge in the levels to actually be able to upgrade our camp. Upgrading our camp in the different sections allows us to get more survivors, access more zones of the city, get bonuses, get more defenses when we are attacked. And there is also tools that we can unlock in each of the wings of our camp, right? So it's quite deep. Like we try to make the camp hub as deep as any of our characters, right? And so, in short, you play the levels, you find survivors that are hidden somewhere. It's randomized every time. So again, replayability is very important for us. You extract those survivors, so you still need to do it. Like what we show you was in a debug. When it's full of zombies, that gets very challenging and fun. And then when you have the survivor, then you open a complete new gameplay layer in which you need to basically manage the survivors, send them out, assign them to buildings, etc.
Yeah, because you need to manage your camp, right?
Exactly.
In any good Walking Dead story, you have a camp, the camp has survivors, and they have different needs and everything like this, right?
Exactly.
And you, as the group that ventures out into Washington, D.C., you have to have good survivors on your side, who help you. Because alone or alive, like we've said in the past, it's difficult to make it by yourself.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the replayability. Replayability is such an important facet of the games that we make, and Overkill's The Walking Dead especially. And one part of replayability is loot, right? So if I play a co-op experience, I want there to be loot, right?
Yeah.
And the more loot, the more replayability.
Yeah.
So can we talk a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. We have another video to show you guys in which we're gonna be looting around the levels. As you can see, anything that looks like a container that could have something, it can be like drawers, it can be like plastic boxes or whatnot, or even just scattered around. You can actually interact with it to pick up resources. Those resources serve you in the core gameplay because you can build actual, crafting abilities, but also in the meta loop, right? Like this one here is a box. It's a box of equipment that you can bring directly to their camp, and it gives you extra supplies, right? So you want to really go around and search for those. Then another important one, it's what will be a shooter without like weapons?
Weapon cases.
Weapon cases. So in the levels we also have these weapon crates that you find. They are again randomized, and the toolkit that they require is also randomized. But as soon as you pick up one of these this weapon, you get a mission to extract it. If you extract it from the mission, then you have the weapon directly in your inventory. So as you can see here, this is a weapon with a low rarity. So it's let's say it's not a great weapon, right? I love MP5s, don't get me wrong, but it's not the best rarity we have. And you can equip, as you can see here, one mod. This is attached to the rarity, and it's randomized. So every weapon you find has different mod slots, and in low rarities, you have only a limited amount available of mod slots. But in higher rarities, like I really would like to have this inventory myself.
This is
cool.
An awesome inventory. It's a rich survivor right here.
That person has scavenged a lot. So as you can see here, this is a higher rarity. It's a high-end submachine gun.
And they have like all the scopes and everything.
Exactly. You can have all these scopes to equip. You have different ammo that you can, ammo clips that you can equip, stocks, silencers as well. So there is a lot of customization. We have 45 weapons at launch and 250 mods. So I mean, there is a lot of things that you can find and play with, right?
And go ahead. Sorry.
So one important part for us when we design this whole modding system is we don't want players to force players to play with specific weapons, right? Because in games with lootable weapons, usually you tend like everybody to use the same top tier weapons. So we designed the system in a way that you can still keep playing with your own style. So you can find your own your favorite weapon in a higher level and keep the mods you like. Sorry, we went a bit fast here, but what you just saw here was basically the survivor coming back from the mission, right? That she did, and that on that way she found in Founder Square, another zone of the city, a guy it's a bad guy that we need to assassinate. This is what they call the expeditions, and they are triggered through sending survivors through the wall.
That's cool. And this level looks amazing.
Yeah, hopefully we'll show more soon.
Well, what the heck? I want to see more.
So yeah, like we're gonna show more gameplay soon.
Yeah, and you're gonna get to try more gameplay soon, because next week we have the closed PC beta starting, right? On Tuesday, the 9th of October. And we know there's a lot of survivors out there excited to learn more about when it starts and more specifics, how do I get my beta key, when can I exactly play, and so on. So if you haven't already, you can pre-order Overkill's The Walking Dead on Steam. And if you pre-order, no matter if you pre-order the base game or the deluxe edition, you automatically are guaranteed access to the closed PC beta. If you order the deluxe edition, you get a whopping 4 keys. 1 to keep for yourself, so you can play the closed PC beta, but 3 to give away to your friends, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
We are planning to do the beta in 3 phases, right?
Yes, correct.
So the first phase starts on the 9th, and it's gonna be 9th and 10th, so Tuesday and Wednesday. Then the second phase is gonna be from Friday to Sunday.
Yes.
Right? From
Friday to Monday,
Friday to Monday.
Yeah.
From the 12th to the 15th.
Yes.
And then the following week is gonna be from the 19th to the 22nd, also Friday to Monday.
Very cool. I can't wait to try it with the rest of the community.
We cannot wait to see everybody playing around.
Yeah, and it's gonna be crazy, right? We've been working on this game, and I can't wait to see what people think when you get the opportunity to play for yourselves and have your own camp and find your own survivors and try to figure out the best way to send them to the right places, it's gonna be amazing. So on Monday, make sure you jump into the Steam Community Hub, because we're gonna have a closed beta section there where we will answer every question surrounding the beta. So if you have any doubts, like how do I get my access to my closed beta key, anything like this, all of that will be available in this part of the forum. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out the Steam forums, and we'll make sure that you have everything you need to have there in order to get started on the Tuesday. Cool.
Great.
So do we have time for any questions? Yes. Actually, it's almost straight after this stream.
Like in half an hour.
Yeah, I need to leave for the airport because we're going to be at New York Comic Con, right?
Yep.
So we're going to do a panel at New York Comic Con at the Sci-Fi Rep Pop live stage at booth 174. It's going to be tomorrow at 2:15 local time. So make sure you tune in, because it's going to be more Walking Dead, and it's a great opportunity for us to talk more about the game that we make and love, Overkill's The Walking Dead. So, that's...
May I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why you never bring me to these places, man?
we've been through this so many times.
Okay.
I want to bring it.
Yeah,
But
I'll keep focusing on the beta.
Fair enough. That's good. Yeah, cool. So we ran through that pretty quickly, right? We talked about survivors. We showed the weapons. We talked a bit about weapons and weapon crates, mods, how you get those, and how that system works. But we also have some questions from the community, I think, from the chat. So you mind me if I just throw a couple of questions
this is super
at
fun. Let's go.
Cool. So we have one question then. How do I access the closed beta? You're gonna access it through Steam, don't worry about it. Like I said just now, we're gonna give you all the information you need in the Steam subforum. We're gonna make sure we post it through our socials. So if you pre-ordered the game, don't worry about it. You're guaranteed access. It will automatically start for you. If you didn't pre-order, you're trying to find a different way to get a key or whatever, we're gonna give all the information started next week.
What do you think if we do something crazy, we just drop some keys now?
Some keys now?
Yeah.
Do we have some keys now?
Wait a second. Can we do that? Can we? Yeah.
Can we drop
Awesome.
keys now? Okay, so let's drop a few keys then. Let's drop a few
drop
keys
some
again.
keys.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you say, Sal. You know, you're the boss. If you want to drop some keys, drop some keys.
So boom, there you go.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna share some keys with you in chat. So make sure you stay and grab a key if you can. So we have a couple more questions. Let me see here. Is there any finite list of survivors, or are they randomly generated? That's a pretty good question.
It's a pretty good question. Actually, we have it's a system that they are generated, right? So we select between a pool of lookalikes and a pool of names, and this is something that we will keep expanding as soon as we
go live with the game. We will
Exactly.
continue to add survivors and so on.
Right now there is even some Easter eggs there. Some developer names are there.
Yeah.
Just nick them in. But yeah.
Yeah, cool, very cool. So is there a skill progression like in Payday 2, or is every character basically the same?
This is a super important question. Indeed, every character is unique, right? So you have a progression system that is similar to Payday 2, but each character has its own abilities, its own strengths and weaknesses. For instance, Aiden, he's very good with a baseball bat, with shotguns, like very short range. So he has bonuses on his skill tree that help you on that type of gameplay mode, right? And then Maya, on the other hand, she has less health, for instance, is less tanky, but she has the unique ability of being able to heal others, right? We could go very deep into this, but I could be talking all night about this. But just to make it sure, every character has its own unique skill tree.
Very cool. So another question. Will the progress transfer from the beta to the full game? Or is the beta like a separate game?
So the progress is going to transfer from the 3 beta phases between them. So whatever you play and progress on beta 1 is going to transfer to the last, let's say the 3rd beta weekend, right?
Yeah.
But not to the full game, right? Because one of the objectives we have with the beta is first check that everything is working as we think is working and our testers think are working, right?
Yeah.
So we need to do like play with as many people as we can to test real life situations, right? And then of course as well, it's for balancing too. So when you play the beta, bear in mind that the game is it's being balanced, it's not finalized. So we are really happy to hear any feedback too, like, oh, the shotgun is too powerful, or the sniper rifle is not powerful enough, whatever you guys think. All this feedback, we want to hear it, right? Same for the meta loop that we explained today, right? It's like the survivors, the mods. If you guys feel that we're dropping too much, we're dropping too less, it's too hard to find weapons, all of this feedback, this is why we're doing the beta. To make sure that like what we think is the best possible experience is actually what you guys think is the best possible experience.
Yeah. I don't think we have any more questions right now to answer, do we? Studio guys, do we have any more questions? Okay, cool. So,
Cool.
Are you good?
Yeah.
You want to say any we're gonna drop some more codes. I love the
cool.
sound of that. So, just wrapping up this stream, what did we talk about? We talked about the metagame loop. We talked about survivors and how they form a very important part of the metagame loop. How you can find survivors in the game, how you work with them in the metagame loop, like in the menus, etc. And I think you will understand much more and find out much more as you get to play the game yourself. And the PC Closed Beta is not far away. It's on Tuesday next week, so it's crazy. Time flies so fast, and we are so excited to see you guys play. So cool. We also have a Discord that we want to promote to you guys. It's discord.gg/OTWD. Make sure you join it so we can talk to you, because we love talking to you in different ways. I mean, we have Twitter, Facebook, etc., but the Discord is Discord. You know, make sure you jump in there. Yeah. So, anything else?
No, I think that you guys keep tuned to all our social channels, like Discord that we just open up, right?
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything, Steam.
Yeah.
Because we are gonna be dropping keys there.
Yeah.
We are really looking forward to see everybody playing the game, so we will try to make it as easy for you guys as possible.
Cool. Yeah. And that's it for today. I mean, obviously, we'll talk more with you guys next week. We'll have a stream. We'll have a beta start. We will have so many things that will happen. So, yeah, make sure you get ready because it's time. We're getting there. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you all. And until next time, take it easy.
See you.
Like and share if you enjoy the video and think others might benefit from this, and of course subscribe and hit the notification button if you are new to the channel and want to be notified every time I post a video.